Hello, today we will see how Nephila, the knowledge management tool, will enable mobile value added services companies, mVAS companies, in aggregating tacit knowledge within the organization and making it explicit. I am logging in as an administrator in the opening screen. As a user logs in, he is presented with a dashboard, a metric map where he will be able to see various processes and the corresponding metrics that determine the performance of each of this process. A typical mVAS organization has various metrics which include processes like sales, product, promotion, user engagement, customer support, pre-sales, content, technology, and so on and so forth. Each of these is indicated by the blue box, and each process is measured by metrics which are indicated by spherical objects as top lights red, green, and amber. For this demo, I am taking a representation of a sales metric wherein I'm looking at how my daily revenues have progressed so far. As I mouse over on any particular metric, I need get to see the performance of that particular metric. As I click on that metric, a wall appears which provides me with additional data points. Up to 10 data points can be accessed from here, and also it gives me an explore section with various reports, charts, uh, documents, presentations, audio files, video files, whatever I want to be able to see. And all of this are in absolutely in context to the metric that is being observed right now. And as you can see, there are thick lines running across multiple metrics, multiple processes. These indicate that revenue achievement as a metric is impacted by a lead time to convert a sale or a product adoption or a deal conversion or the number of unique users or the average revenue per user. There are various other metrics which you may or may not have a look in on a day-to-day basis. And Nephila indicates that these are metrics which you do not have access to on a day-to-day basis but are impacting your business. So as I want to know more about revenue achievement, I could be able to click on any of these reports, and as I click on them, I get to see the reports for the corresponding period here. I can also be able to choose the period I want to for the reports to be captured. mVAS is typically characterized by discrete set of data, different formats. Each carrier, each content provider, each platform that you work on are all having different sets of data. Some of them could be live data, some of them could be text files, some of them could be consolidated reports that the carrier sends to you, some of them could be direct access to live servers, many of them could be even Excel sheets that come across. So the industry is challenged by a consolidation of all these different formats and a representation in a single domain. This is exactly what Nephila does, wherein it aggregates data and consolidates them and presents the various interlinking between multiple departments. As we can see here, over 14 different processes of mVAS is captured. Each of these processes are run by different subsystems. So Nephila essentially sits on top of all the subsystems, whether they are live transaction systems or an ERP or a HRIS or a project tool or a product management tool that you may have, or a pre-sales tool that you may have, or a call center application that you may have. It's completely agnostic to what kind of data is available to you and what kind of source of data is there. It simply pulls and consolidates all of them at a singular level and presents a complete health check for the organization. When you want to drill down you and find further analysis, you can be able to double click on any of the metrics. It provides you with first layer. Here I have taken for this particular example as the salespeople or business managers who are running this responsible for the revenues. When I click on Muthu, the wall starts providing me details and reports now with respect to Muthu's performance. When I double click on Muthu, it is now giving me saying Muthu is handling Kuwait and Mauritius as two different countries. Click on Mauritius, it will now start providing me all the information with respect to Mauritius for that particular metric. A double click further ensures that uh, it shows me Mauritius. There are two carriers in Mauritius, MTEL and Mauritius Telecom. When I click on Mauritius Telecom, it provides me data with respect to Mauritius Telecom. It allows and it constantly keeps indicating to me. You can see a plus sign on top of every hub or node that we move into, which indicates that as long as there is a plus sign, it tells me there is a further drill down available. Under Mauritius now, I know that I am handling two services, WAP and CRBT. As you can see, WAP is performing well and CRBT is not performing well. So I just want to see what is the learning that what insights can I pick up from WAP, which can be replicated for CRBT. And quite rightly, ringtones and full length audios are doing very well in WAP, and it gives me an opportunity to see what kind of songs are selling in full length audio, which I will be in a position to go ahead and promote in CRBT also in order to make better revenues there. At any given point in time, I am in a position to start a conversation with every individual across the organization or a group of individuals or other team members. I can be able to ask that we can replicate in your for Mauritius Telecom. So this is a question I have gone ahead and put to the organization. It immediately appears and it is flagged across to all the members of the team. They get their alerts and indicators, and one can be able to reply to those messages. Compare to, so this I want to put that as an action and be able to publish the same. So it starts enabling across team members, and any kind of an insight which is available in one line of business can be brought into another line of business. Typically in any mVAS organization, a WAP data business and a CRBT business work in silos, whereas here we are in a position to uh, treat the two in a singular screen, and also at the same time cut down on the amount of time that is needed for analysis across two different lines of business. We are able to learn from one business to the other. What Nephila essentially does again is able to consolidate. There is data consolidation at one level. It works with multiple sets of data formats and is completely agnostic to the format or the type of data that is available. It is able to help drill down and correlate multiple sets of businesses in a single screen. It is able to enable conversations between individuals in order to tap into knowledge which could exist in one line of business and share that with another line of business. It is also able to go ahead and create a full-fledged knowledge base which otherwise would not have existed in an industry which has high attrition and which is very young. Many people tend to learn and move on to other projects or other companies after a short period of time. So as people leave, knowledge also leaves along, and there is a complete retraining and fresh learning which happens when new members, new employees come into the organization. Nephila prevents this as it has trapped those insights and is already available for somebody to retrieve at a later date through uh, through a search which is faceted. So it gives you the top conversation that has happened against a keyword like revenue. It also tells you the conversations that have happened across processes. It also indicates to you what conversation has happened across various people in the organization also. Thus, one is not only in a position to relate performance on a daily basis to conversations with people, the collective intelligence that we gather is made into a learning, and repeated success of that learning gets the organization. Thank you.